Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm very upset. I gave myself about an hour to calm my nerves and relax, and now we're gonna watch 12 Angry Men. Because I'm angry, okay? I'm angry. I'm angry. This is a movie that was recommended on my Patreon. I asked for my supporters over on Patreon to recommend cult classic movies. This was one of the recommendations, and it actually has been on my watch list for 3 years, I think. It's time to watch it. Okay, let's do it. All I know about this movie is that it's a court drama.
You've listened to a long and complex case, murder in the first degree.
Murder in the first degree.
Now your duty to sit down and try and separate the facts from the fancy. If there's a reasonable doubt in your minds as to the guilt of the accused, then you must bring me a verdict of not guilty. In the event that you find the accused guilty, the death sentence is mandatory in this case. You're faced with a grave responsibility. Thank you, gentlemen.
He's very enthusiastic. Wait, this is the defendant? A child? A teenager? Oh my god. How can you look at the child and sentence him to death? I feel like the movie is going to be entirely in this room with our 12 Angry Men, the jury. These kind of movies are really production friendly. Just 12 people in one single room. And you can let their dialogue just do the work. Dialogue and acting, of course.
This is going to be the hottest day of the year. Now, if there's anything you want, I'll be right outside the door.
Well, of course they're angry. They're gonna be in this... They lock them in. They're not letting them out.
I never knew they locked the door. Sure they locked the door. What'd you think? What's that for?
Oh, I thought we might want to vote by ballot.
Maybe we can get him elected senator.
I tell you, we were lucky to get a murder case. I figured us for an assault or burglary. Boy, they can be the dullest.
I expect that. You know what we're dealing with.
Yeah, I guess your horn works. Now try your lights. Oh, come on, Mr. Foreman. Let's go here, huh?
I didn't get a chance to see a paper this morning.
I was only wondering how the market closed.
You got a seat on the exchange?
I'm a broker.
Oh.
Okay, man, let's take our seats, huh?
Yeah, we can all get out of here pretty quick, huh? I don't know about the rest of you, but I happen to have tickets to that ball game tonight.
Oh, this is the guy from the bathroom? Yeah.
Gentlemen at the window.
We'd like to get started.
We can, well, discuss it first and then vote on it. Well, we can vote on it right now, then.
I think it's customary to take a preliminary vote.
Let's vote. Who knows? Maybe we can all get out of here, huh?
Uh-huh. Now, all those voting guilty, please raise your hands. 8, 9, 10, 11.
Uh-huh.
Well, now we know where we are.
Boy, oh boy, there's always one.
You really think he's innocent?
I don't know.
You sat in court with the rest of us. You heard what we did. The kid's a dangerous killer. You could see it.
He's 18 years old.
Well, that's old enough. He
Oh, he looks younger.
4 inches into the chest. They proved it a dozen different ways in court. Would you like me to list them for you?
No. Then what do you want? Just want to talk.
11 men in here think he's guilty. No one had to think about it twice except you.
Do you believe his story? I don't know whether I believe it or not. Maybe I don't.
So how come you vote not guilty?
Not easy to raise my hand and send a boy off to die without talking about it first. We're talking about somebody's life here. Decided in 5 minutes, supposing we're wrong.
Supposing we're wrong. Suppose we do it in 5 minutes, so what?
Let's take an hour. Ball game doesn't start till 8 o'clock.
He hit the nerve. He hit the spot.
This kid's been kicked around all of his life. You know, born in a slum. His father was serving a jail term for forgery. He's had a pretty miserable 18 years. I just think we owe him a few words, that's all.
He got a fair trial, didn't he? What do you think that trial cost?
We heard the facts, didn't we? You're not going to tell me that we're supposed to believe this kid knowing what he is? I've lived among them all my life. You can't believe a word they say. You're born liars.
Only an ignorant man can believe that.
Is it talking about his ethnicity?
Now, perhaps if the gentleman down there who's disagreeing with us, let us know what you're thinking, and we might be able to show you where you're mixed up.
Maybe this is an idea. Now, I haven't given it much thought, but it seems to me that it's...
He's like Clark Kent.
I have no personal feelings about this. I just want to talk about facts. The old man lived downstairs under the room where the killing took place. At 10 minutes after 12 on the night of the killing, he heard loud noises. And he heard the kid yell out, "I'm going to kill you." Second later, he heard a body hit the floor. Ran to the door, opened it up, saw the kid running down the stairs and out of the house. You can't refute facts. The kid is guilty.
But no one actually saw him killing. It sounds like circumstances.
He claimed he was at the movies during the time of the killing and couldn't remember the names of the films he saw or who played in them.
Listen, what about the woman across the street? If her testimony don't prove it, nothing does.
She was the one who actually saw the killing.
What did she see?
Here's a woman who's lying in bed. She can't sleep. She looks out the window, and right across the street, she sees the kid stick the knife into his father.
Through the windows of a passing L train.
Right. They proved in court that at night you can look through the windows of an L train when the lights are out and see what's happening on the other side.
You don't believe the boy's story. How come you believe the woman's? She's one of them, too, isn't she?
You're a pretty smart fella, aren't you? What's he so wise about? I'm telling you.
Okay, now, come on. Now, we're not going to get anywhere fighting.
They're already angry.
I was looking for a motive. If you don't have a motive, where's your case, right? Testimony from those people in the apartment across the hall from the kid's apartment. And they say something about a fight, an argument between the old man and his son around about 7 o'clock that night.
8 o'clock, that's right. They heard an argument. They couldn't hear what it was about. Heard the father hit the boy twice, saw the boy run angrily out of the house. What does that prove? I don't think that was a very strong motive. I can't see 2 slaps in the face provoking him into committing murder.
It may have been too many. Everyone has a breaking point.
Well, look at his record. He threw a rock at a teacher. He stole a car. He's been arrested for mugging. He's picked up twice for knife fighting.
It's these kids, the way they are nowadays. When I was a kid, I used to call my father Sir. You got any kids?
3?
I got one. 22 years old. When he was 9 years old, he ran away from a fight. I saw it. I was so embarrassed, I almost threw up. I said, I'm going to make a man out of you if I have to break you in 2 trying. And I made a man out of him. When he was 16, we had a fight. Hit me in the jaw. He's a big kid.
So it sounds
I haven't seen
like
him for 2 years.
it sounds like he didn't really respected you. It kind of sounds like he broke him.
I think we're missing the point here. We're here to decide whether he's innocent or guilty.
Let's stop the arguing. We're only wasting time. Your turn down there. Let's go.
I didn't expect a turn. I thought you were all going to try to convince me.
Let's hear what he's got to say.
Oh, no, wait a minute. We decided to, do this a certain way. I think we ought to stick to that way.
Oh, stop being a kid, will you?
I mean, here, you take it. You take on the responsibility. I'll just keep my mouth shut, that's all.
Calm down, will you?
Don't tell me to calm down. Here, you want to take the chair? Just take the chair. That's all.
Ever
See
see
if you can
such
keep
a
it running.
thing?
Oh, here, you try.
No,
Go ahead,
nobody
it's ours.
wants to change. You're doing a beautiful job. Sit down.
Yeah, you're doing great.
That was kind of condescending.
According to testimony, the boy looks guilty. Maybe he is. I began to get the feeling that the defense counsel wasn't conducting a thorough enough cross-examination.
Listen, when these fellas don't ask questions, it's because they know the answers already and they figure they'll be heard.
It's also possible for a lawyer to be just plain stupid, isn't it? Possible.
You sound like you met my brother-in-law once.
This guy on the left, he looks like a bookie.
There was one alleged eyewitness to this killing. There was a lot of circumstantial evidence. Supposing they're wrong.
What do you mean, supposing they're wrong? What are you trying to say? Those people sat on the stand under oath.
They're only people. People make mistakes. Could they be wrong?
Even machine make mistakes.
What about the switch knife?
There's some people who haven't talked yet. Shouldn't we go in order?
They'll get a chance to talk. Just be quiet a second, will you?
This wasn't what you'd call an ordinary knife. The storekeeper who sold it to him said it was the only one of its kind he had ever had in stock. He claims that it fell through a hole in his pocket on the way to the movies. Take a look at this knife. It's a very unusual knife.
I'm just saying a coincidence is possible.
And I say it's not possible.
Oh, well, he's got a point. Is any of you watching this a lawyer? Because I wonder with this kind of circumstantial evidence, and there's the one woman who claims she saw the murder from across the street, would that hold up in court?
Where did you get it?
I went out walking for a couple of hours last night. I walked through the boy's neighborhood. I bought that in a little pawn shop just 2 blocks from the boy's house. It cost $6.
Wow.
You mean you're asking us to believe that somebody else did the stabbing with exactly the same kind of knife?
It's possible.
But not very probable.
There are still 11 of us here who think he's guilty.
What do you think you're going to accomplish? You're not going to change anybody's mind.
You know, we can be here all night.
It's only one night. A boy may die.
Well, what about it?
You're the only one.
I'm going to call for another vote. Vote by secret written ballot. I'll abstain. There are 11 votes for guilty. Taking a guilty verdict to the judge right now. If anyone votes not guilty, we stay here and talk it out.
It's a wonderful thing to see a movie that takes place in one location and with only limited amount of actors and you make it compelling. It's good. It's very simple, psychological, just well written.
Not guilty.
Who was it? Come on, I want to know.
This was a secret ballot. I know who it was.
Why don't you drop a quarter in this collection box?
Oh my God.
Listen, you can't talk to me like that. No,
Calm
what does he think he is?
It doesn't matter.
Look at him. He was smiling.
He didn't change his vote.
Oh, he's got balls.
This gentleman has been standing alone against us. Well, it's not easy to stand alone against the ridicule of others. The boy on trial is probably guilty, but I want to hear more.
Got a little excited back there. I didn't mean to get nasty. Glad you're not one of those lets these emotional appeals influence him.
Oh, he's had it with him. It was nice of him to apologize.
Are you a salesman?
An architect.
So he's a smart guy. I mean, he really is a smart guy.
And what are you getting out of this, Kicks? Did somebody bump you on the head one time and you haven't gotten over it? This kid is guilty, pal. It's as plain as the nose on your face. So why don't we stop wasting our time here? We're going to all get sore throats if we keep it up, you know?
What difference does it make if you get it here at the ball game?
No difference at all.
I think he's not guilty, huh?
I don't know. It's possible. Supposing you were the one that was on trial.
Working man, my boss does a supposing, but I'll try one. Supposing you talk us all out of this and kid really did knife his father, huh?
Has anybody here any idea how long it would take an L?
Oh my God. Like
This isn't a
children.
game. The nerve.
All right, listen,
The absolute nerve.
All right.
Who does he think he is? It takes a 6-car L train 10 seconds to pass a given point. You can reach out of that window and almost touch the L tracks, right? I lived in a second-floor apartment near the L line once. Well, you can hardly hear yourself think. Let's take 2 pieces of testimony and try to put them together. The old man in the apartment downstairs says he heard the boy say, "I'm going to kill you." Second later, heard a body hit the floor. The woman across the street, she looked out of the window and saw the killing through the last 2 cars of a passing elevator. We can assume that the body hit the floor just as the train went by. Therefore, the train had been roaring by the old man's window seconds before the body hit the floor, with the L roaring past his nose. It's not possible he could have heard it.
Don't talking about a matter of seconds. Nobody can be that accurate.
Testimony that could put a boy into the electric chair should be that accurate.
True. And you know what? As I'm watching this, I'm trying not to go too much into whether or not the question of whether or not he did it. It's more so of their way of thinking and how they interact with each other, how seriously they take their duty. It's very compelling.
Why should he lie? What's he got to gain?
Attention, maybe.
Why do you think the old man might lie?
Same if his jacket was split. Under the shoulder. I mean, to come to court like that. And he walked very slowly to the stand, dragging his left leg and trying to hide it because he was ashamed. Nobody knows him. Nobody quotes him. Man like this needs to be quoted, to be listened to.
To be remembered.
Perhaps he made himself believe he heard those words and recognized the boy's face.
How can you make up a thing like that? What do you know about it?
I think we proved that the old man couldn't have heard the boy say, "I'm going to kill you." This phrase, how many times have all of us used it? Probably thousands.
Anybody says a thing like that the way he said it, they mean it.
He's a common, ignorant slob. He don't even speak good English.
He doesn't even speak good English.
Nah.
I'd like to change my vote to not guilty.
Ooh.
You what?
You heard me.
I think it's just to spite that guy.
Look, the kid had a lawyer, didn't he? He presented his case, not you. How come you got so much to say?
He was court appointed. It could mean he didn't want the case.
Oh, look, will you look at the time? Huh? Come on, Frank.
The game.
It seems to me that this man has some very good points to make. Let us assume that the boy really did commit the murder. This happened at 10 minutes after 12. He came back home and he was captured by 2 detectives. Why would he come back home 3 hours later? Wouldn't he be afraid of being caught?
The boy ran out in a state of panic. Finally calmed down. He realized he had left his knife there.
Where did this panic start and where did it end?
What side are you on?
I don't believe I have to be loyal to one side or the other.
Well, if I were the boy and I'd done the stabbing and everything, I'd take a chance and go back with the knife.
These guys keep going off every which way. Did hear the scream, didn't hear the scream. What difference does it make?
I never saw so much time spent on nothing.
It only takes a second.
It's not nothing. It's someone's life.
All those voting not guilty, please raise your hand.
He's gonna change his vote. He's thinking about it.
Pardon? I vote not guilty.
The kid you just decided isn't guilty was seen ramming this into his father.
Well, this is his.
The knife, don't you remember?
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant.
I'm telling you.
Did the old man say he ran to the door?
He said he ran, at least I think he did.
I don't see how he could have run to the door.
He said he went from his bedroom to the front door. Now, isn't that enough?
I know that in the USA, jury duty is mandatory, and I think it's random. Your name I'm not sure, correct me, but once your name is picked, you gotta do it. And I guess a lot of people don't like that. They're being taken away from their whole life for, it could be even days. They mentioned 6 days. When it comes time to gather and decide on the verdict, I understand why some people might want to get it over with and go back to reality, their reality. However, this is really is a life or death situation.
You can get from his bedroom to his front door in 15 seconds.
That's 20 seconds.
Find at a store.
He said 15.
He was an old man. Half the time he was confused. How could he be positive about anything?
You just proved his point. How can you live with the train just outside your bedroom door? Your window.
It's 12 feet from the bed to the door. The hall is 43 feet.
What are you doing?
I'm going to try it. See how long it took.
According to you, it'll only take 15 seconds. Now, we can spare that, see?
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody got a watch for the second hand?
I have.
When you want me to start, stamp your foot. That'll be the body falling. You can tie me from there.
Wow, he's sweating so badly.
Lock, door, stop.
41 seconds.
Here's what I think happened.
Brother, I've seen all kinds of dishonesty in my day, but this little display takes the cake. You listen to some fairy tales? Well, you're not getting through to me. I've had enough. What's the matter with you guys? You're letting them slip through our fingers.
Are you his executioner?
I'm one of them.
What it must feel like to want to pull the switch. You want to see this boy die because you personally want it, not because of the facts. You're a sadist.
Why?
Kill him, I'll kill him.
You don't really mean you'll kill me, do you?
Wow, he is so good. God, he keeps catching him. A lot of gotcha moments. Amazing. What if he does? I mean, the knife is there. What if he does kill him? Wow.
Maybe we should take another vote.
Call out our votes, you know. Let's see who stands where.
Okay, I'll call off your jury numbers. 1. Oh, that's me. I can vote guilty. Number 12.
Guilty.
The vote is now 6-6.
Wow.
6-6. I'm telling you, some of you people in here must be out of your minds. A kid like that.
The facts are supposed to determine the case.
I'm sick and tired of facts. You can twist them any way you like. You know what I mean?
That man gets on my...
Oh, yeah. Wow. The weather changed so quickly.
Look at that come down, will you? This reminds me of a storm we had last. We were behind 76, but we just started to move the ball right up. We had this kid Slattery. I wish I had another one just like him. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm the assistant head coach at the Andrew J. McCorkle High School. Yeah, that's out in Queens. Mm-hmm. I swear I nearly balled him. We couldn't go nowhere.
I like that the guy, even though they have different opinions about the case, he feels comfortable enough to open up to him and tell him about personal stuff. It seems like it meant a lot to him, that memory.
Business before when that tall guy, what's his name, was trying to bait me. Pretty excitable person. I mean, where does he come off calling me? A public avenger? He was just trying to bait me.
He did an excellent job.
Still don't think there's room for reasonable doubt?
No, I don't.
Maybe you don't fully understand the term reasonable doubt.
What do you mean, I don't understand? Boy, how do you like this guy? They come over here running for their life, and before they can take a deep breath, they're telling us how to run the show, huh?
Let's stop the arguing for about 2 minutes in here. Now, who's got something constructive to say?
After the boy claimed he'd been at the movies, couldn't remember the names of the movies or the stars who appeared in them, the boy was questioned by the detectives in the kitchen of his apartment. While the body of his father was lying on the floor in the bedroom. Do you think he could remember details under those circumstances? Under great emotional stress?
Under great emotional stress.
Where were you last night?
I left the office at 8:30 and went straight home and to bed.
And the night before that?
The night of the bridge tournament. Monday night, my wife and I went to the movies.
What did you see?
The Scarlet Circle. Mrs. Bainbridge, the remarkable Mrs. Bainbridge.
It's called The Amazing Mrs. Bainbridge.
Who was in The Amazing Mrs. Bainbridge?
Barbara Long, I think it was. Long, something like that.
And you weren't under an emotional stress, were you?
Oh my God. His forehead. He's like under interrogation himself.
There was this whole business about the stab wound and how it was made. Now, the boy was 5 feet 7 inches tall. His father was 6'2". It's a very awkward thing to stab down into the chest of someone who's more than half a foot taller than you are.
Give me that. I'll give you a demonstration. Somebody get up.
What's
The guy didn't even flinch.
Look at the angle. Down and in. And this is the way it was done.
Down and in, I guess there's no argument.
Well, hold on a minute, will you? Oh, I hate these things. Did you ever see a knife fight? Anybody here ever see a knife fight?
He has, because
You know, my back stoop, a lot across the street, backyard. He never use it like this. See, you lose too much time switching hands. Here's how. Underhanded. That's why they made it open like that.
What are you giving us all this mumbo-jumbo for? I don't believe it.
He's so hell-bent on sending that kid to death row.
I changed my vote to not guilty.
Whoa.
You heard me. I had enough.
That's not an answer. What kind of a man are you? Changed your vote because you say you're sick of all the talking here? If you want to vote not guilty, then do it because you are convinced the man is not guilty, not because you've had enough. Or don't you have the guts to do what you think is right?
Not guilty.
Why?
Look, I don't have to...
You do have to. Say it. Why?
I don't think he's guilty.
Okay, all those voting not guilty, raise your hands. 5, 6, 7, 8.
The marketing guy? Clark Kent.
9.
Wow. Damn.
Well, the vote's 9-3 in favor of acquittal.
Amazing.
You saw this kid just like I did. Look, you know how these people lie? It's born in them. They get drunk, you know that, and bang, someone's lying in the gutter. I've known a couple who were okay, but that's the exception, you know what I mean? Well, I'm trying to tell you, you're making a big mistake, you people.
Listen to me.
There. Wild. Listen. I have. Now sit down and don't open your mouth again.
Well, at least they agree on something. Now that he's left the table, they're willing to come back.
Wherever you run into it, prejudice always obscures the truth. 9 of us now seem to feel that the defendant is innocent. Gambling on probabilities, we may be wrong. We 9 can't understand how you 3 are still so sure.
The evidence given by the woman across the street who actually saw the murder committed.
As far as I'm concerned, that's the most important testimony.
Her bed was next to the window, and she could look out and see directly into the boy's room across the street. He tossed and turned for over an hour, unable to sleep. And as she looked out, she saw the killing through the windows of a passing L train. I don't see how you can vote for acquittal.
It's not so easy to arrange all the evidence in order.
You can throw out all the other evidence. You're the leader of the cause. What about it? Boy in the gray flannel suit here is bouncing backwards and forwards like a tennis ball.
Yeah, once around for the deal, huh?
It's 6:15. Someone before mentioned 7 o'clock.
Don't you feel well? You made a gesture that reminded me of something.
The woman?
Why were you rubbing your nose like that?
Because of the glasses?
Because of your eyeglasses?
It is.
That must be annoying.
It is very annoying.
The woman who testified that she saw the killing had those same marks on the sides of her nose. She kept rubbing them in court.
He's right. Now, she did do that a lot.
She had dyed hair, marks on her nose. Well, what does that mean?
Could those marks be made by anything other than eyeglasses?
No, they couldn't.
Well, when she saw this kid killing his father, she was in the house alone.
But she was asleep. She was in her bedroom.
Glasses when you go to bed?
No, I don't. No one wears eyeglasses to bed.
I'm also guessing that she probably didn't put her glasses on when she turned and looked casually out of the window.
She had to be able to identify a person 60 feet away at night without glasses.
Even I cannot do that.
You think he's guilty?
Whoa. He turned this guy, even with all his prejudice.
I'm convinced. Not guilty.
Wow. One guy entered the room with very, very small speculation, and he managed to turn how many people? 10 people. Amazing. You need a lot of intelligence, charisma, debate skills, and brains.
Well, what do you want? I say he's guilty.
We want to hear your arguments.
I gave you my arguments.
We're not convinced. We want to hear them again.
Why don't you take that stuff about the old man? The old man saw him right there on the stairs. You can't prove he didn't get to the door. I'm telling you, everything that's gone on has been twisted. And what about hearing the kid yell?
I'm telling you, I've got all the facts here. Here.
That's the photo of his son.
You lousy bunch of bleeding hearts. Rotten kids, you work your life out.
Oh my God. Oh, wow.
Not guilty. Not guilty.
Wow. Oh my God, that kid is gonna be so relieved. Wait, the knife is still there? The torn photo?
What's your name?
Davis.
My name's McCardle. Well, so long. So long.
He wanted to know the name of the guy who I don't know, did all this? Wait, is that the... Yeah, that's the last one who changed his mind. I just have no words for this movie. Such a quiet, not in volume necessarily, because there were a lot of yelling, but a very compact, serious, well acted. You know, a movie is really, really well done when you have a person sit all throughout the movie for 90 minutes, when it's all in one location with all same faces, and there's not a lot of wow factors. It's just a lot of talking, but it triggers something in your brain. It makes you think about maybe your own prejudices. Help me out with the grammar. All I know is that if I, God forbid, ever for some reason find myself on a trial, I would want someone like, what was his name? Miles? Someone like Davis on the jury. I hope you enjoyed this more quiet reaction. I didn't want to talk too much because they did all the talking. But I'm really, really glad I finally got to watch it. If you like the video, hit the like button. It would make me so happy, especially after the tragedy I had with OBS earlier today. Leave a comment with other movies you might want to watch me react to. There's an extended version of every upload to YouTube. There's an extended version on my Patreon. The link is in the description. You know how it goes. Hit the bell so you don't miss my uploads, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.